Just standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said,
"It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And with all the different technological advances in the league, you see a lot of player and coaches now reviewing clips and tablets and a lot of film sessions. I know you used to study a lot of the league's videotapes. How much easier is film study now, say, from the time in the late 90s when you got in the NBA?
It's so much easier.
Really?
Oh, my God. When I used to get in the hotel rooms, you used to have to call the front desk. They used to roll up the TV on the wheels.
With the VCR machine.
With the VCR connected to it, right? And I have to have all of these tapes. And you got to put the tape in, and you got to rewind it, and you got to fast forward it, and rewind it.
Yeah.
Now it's just everything's right there in front of you, right? And it's very easy to skip and go to the next game and then jump back to the game before or fast forward to the fourth quarter. I mean, it's so easy now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Russell Westbrook out there with Miller. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Pettit in at the 4 spot. And Kobe, your spectacular high school career at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, in that Philadelphia area, paved the way for your NBA career. Talk about some of the highlights of your days in high school.
Well, my days in high school were fun. I mean, I played at a small high school called Lower Merion High School, so not too many people heard of it. You know, when you come to Philadelphia, the schools that you hear of are Overbrook, where Wilt Chamberlain went to school, Bartram, right, where Earl the Pearl Monroe went to school, right? But you never heard of little old Lower Merion High School, right? So it was a huge honor to be able to bring a state championship to Lower Merion and kind of put Lower Merion on the map, and that's the most exciting part about it.
Oh, a terrific story indeed. A huge honor, I'm sure. Good on both. And Kobe, you've had so many fans from high school that carried over to your NBA days. In the stands now, in fact, you'll see fans with Lower Merion High School jerseys on.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
How cool is that? You know, to actually be able to see a bunch of Aces jerseys in the crowd when literally nobody knew where Lower Merion was. There's actually a school called Upper Merion. So everybody used to confuse the two. Just say, "Hey, yeah, I saw you when you played at Upper Merion." Say, "Hold on, dude. No. Lower Merion, man. Get it right. Don't forget it. Lower Merion."
Chamberlain, no good.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Kobe, you're a father. You've enjoyed that process, but basketball got in the way. A lot of that. How do you balance fatherhood and playing at the level you played at?
Yeah, when I was winning championships there, our kids were still relatively young, or I should say babies. In my last few years, they were older and knew they could really feel my absence. And so what I try to do is try to bring them along for the process. So there were mornings I would wake them up and say, "Let's go." Say, "We're going." "Well, Daddy's going to go train, so let's go."
No kidding.
And I bring them with me. And they'd be in the gym shooting around or kicking a soccer ball around or hitting a volleyball around. But I felt like it was important as a father to not just tell them about hard work, but they need to see what I'm doing. When you're sleeping, this is what I'm doing here for 3 hours. And so they're a part of the process and feel connected to the process. But traveling and things of that nature is very, very hard because there's been plenty of birthdays that I've missed and school plays that I've missed.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Miller, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
Gasol passes to Irving. The pass to Heinsohn. 4 on the shot clock. From 8. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Heinsohn's got his second bucket of the night. Traveling was a part of your job, a part of mine. You missed some things with the kids, but I know you take pride, Kobe, in the fact that you made it to a lot of things as well. You were not an absent parent.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, having a great partner. I mean, my wife has been absolutely amazing, which I think is extremely important as well, because she really held down the fort at home, which to me is the toughest job in the world to do. You know, I have it easy in terms of going out there and playing games, but to have the responsibility of actually raising young people to be outstanding citizens, you talk about pressure. I mean, that's I have to ask her how she feels about handling that, you know what I mean? Because that's true pressure.
all set. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. Kobe, there are a lot of great guards and wings in the league right now. When you look around, are there any that remind you of the way you played, or maybe are approaching, going down that road and say, I want to be like Kobe Bryant? I watch a lot of his tapes, much like you did when you were growing up.
Yeah, well, Isaiah has a hunger and a thirst for the game. And he's not going to stop. He's constantly curious. He's constantly
His
working.
size makes him a different kind of guy, though.
Isn't that unbelievable, though?
It is shocking.
That's unbelievable. But he can finish at the rim. He can shoot the long ball. He can pull up left and right. He has great physicality and a great body about him where he can punish bigs at the rim. And the other is Kawhi. I mean, when I watch Kawhi play, I'm just looking in the mirror. The moves, the positions on the floor.
So glad you said that. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it's a great, great feeling because, I'm sure Michael felt the same way. Right? When he retired and he watched me play, you're seeing the same spots. You're seeing a person who studied the person that came before, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel when the wheel's already been created. You just put it on a different car.
Well, he has been guided by his coaching staff to watch you and Michael Jordan tape, and
yeah.
I think that's kind of what he's done.
Yeah, well, we've connected. We've talked about this stuff before in the past, and again, he's a curious kid.
And all business.
Yeah, curious. He steps out on the floor, he's all business. There's
Yeah.
nothing funny, there's nothing silly going on. He's here to do his job. He's here to help San Antonio win games.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this anymore. I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. That 60-point game was everything I had left for that year. And to be able to have to reboot that and reset the system all over again, no thank you.
People don't see that side of it, do they?
No, they don't. But it's just, nor do we want them to, right? We want them to appreciate being entertained and coming to a game and taking their mind off of whatever it is they want to take their mind off of. It's an opportunity for them to escape. And that's what we provide. So that's completely fine.
To the paint, it's tipped and stolen by Chamberlain. Miller kicks to Westbrook. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Pass to Dantley. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Drains it from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 6. Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching. You had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Brett Auerbach. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. You start going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep and force the double coverage to come all the way down to him, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense, where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing and the Celtics were playing. And so, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
And after 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many teammates. Can you make a short list of some of your favorites over the years?
Yeah. Let's see. Pau Gasol for me. Derek Fisher.
And a quality person.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, right.
And Derek Fisher, Ronny Turiaf is one of my all-time favorites. Lamar Odom, Shaq, obviously, Robert Horry, Rick Fox. I mean, I've been very fortunate to play with some great teams. Horace Grant, AC Green. I mean, the list goes. Brian Harper. I mean, I can go on and on all day long. Brian Shaw. I mean, I was very fortunate to have some really good teammates.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Marion comes in for Heinsohn. And it's Richardson in for Irving. Young outside. Pass to Kuzi. To the left side wing. Launches a three, buries the long-range jumper.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Well, you got to play against some great defenders in the NBA like Draymond Green of Golden State and others. What are some of the things that, I mentioned Draymond Green, that he does as a player that you think separates him from the rest of the defensive guys in the league?
He does his research. He does his homework.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can tell. When you watch him play, he puts himself in position before the offensive player even attacks. And how does he know that? Because he's watched the film. He studies. He knows the player's tendencies. And so when you mix in the research to go along with his frame and the quick hands and the foot speed, then you have a defensive player that's a force.
That one goes in. And Kobe, you played for a handful of coaches during your career. When you look back on it, was there one coach you wished you could have played for but didn't have maybe a chance to play for?
Greg Popovich. That's an easy one for me. Although I did play for him in several All-Star games.
Yes, you did.
And one particular All-Star game in practice, he came up to me and said, okay, do you want me to just kind of go through like a whatever practice, or do you want me to do the real thing? I said, Pop, you got to do the real thing, because I've been dying to see what really goes on inside these Spurs practices.
Oh, my gosh.
You got to give us a real practice, man.
Yeah.
And he did. And Tim just kind of looked at me and was like, dude, seriously.
What are you doing?
Come on, you're killing me.
So what was a Popovich practice like for you, and how did you try to set the tone?
It was high energy, and we moved from drill to drill, and it involved a lot of passing and moving and spacing, and so all of the shooting, it wasn't any individual shooting. You know, all the individual shooting took place within a 5-man offensive structure, of ball movement, of passing and cutting, and all of a sudden your shot comes here in the corner, and then you slide up to the next line, and you dribble, penetrate, and kick it, and then you slide to the next line, dribble, penetrate, kick, right? So it involves constant movement where you're constantly training and conditioning the body that you're not just going to pass and stand and be a participant, right? You're going to be involved into that, in the action, not going to be a passive participant.
Here's Phillips, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. The Lakers in 5th.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
And he makes the first. And Chauncey Billups drops them both.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Young outside. Love with the screen on Jefferson. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
The dish to Mullen. Plenty of space. And again, it's Atlanta.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's tipped. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. It's a pick by Love. Shot clock at 6. Mullen's shot is off. Lakers leading by 4. Here's Richardson. His last outing, he had 8 points. They set the pick. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And the wide open shot from Billups. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Billups has got 7 points.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And so it's Los Angeles, heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Right back after this break. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of...
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Marion is out there with Al Jefferson. Then it's Richardson. Then it's Thompson. And it's Dampier in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Cousy. Right through the D for the layup. Cousy's got his first bucket of the night.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lip.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Well, it seems like with more threes and more skill-based play, the league is adapting more of a European style of play. You grew up in Italy, Kobe. You know about that style. You appreciated that style. How did that impact your personal development as a player?
Well, tremendously. I mean, if you look at the era in which I grew up in Italy, you look at the players that came out of it. It's myself, Pau Gasol, Manu Ginobili. I mean, there's a lot of players that grew up in that same time frame. That play the game fundamentally sound, because I think all the coaches here in America were doing camps and clinics for coaches overseas.
Like Hubie Brown, right?
Exactly.
He would always go overseas in the summer.
Exactly. And so we were products of that teaching. So all of our coaches growing up were implementing the fundamentals and the basics of the game taught by these amazing American coaches. And so we're kind of fortunate in terms of the time that we grew up.
And Kobe, did the Laker front office ever talk to you or just brush an idea past you to get your opinion on things, whether it be a trade or a free agent signing or whatever?
No, we never really did that. We never had that kind of working relationship. And I think it's actually better that way, because then it enables me to have a better relationship with the guys where they know I'm not involved in those decisions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if so, it makes it weird. That relationship, guys get traded, and teammates are looking at you, and it's hard for them to trust you and all sort of stuff. The most conversation I had was with Dr. Buss in this very shaky time.
Yes.
Where I voiced my concerns, and he said, listen, I promise you, if you see the right trade, we will pull the trigger, and I'm going to do everything I can to get you a championship. I promise you that. And after he said that, I trusted him completely. That was that. And then the following year, he made a beautiful trade for Pau Gasol.
He sure did. And a couple championships. Worked out well.
Yeah, it did.
He hit 1-3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Basket counts. Thompson's got his second bucket tonight. And Kobe, you look around the league and you see a lot of former players as head coaches, guys that you actually played against. Have you ever thought about coaching down the line?
Nope. No, I have not. Not for me. It's for them, though, but it's not for me.
I would think that it would be tough to try to get the same result out of players you coach and not comparing it to the way you play, the way you prepare, the way you were coached.
That's what I hear. I just don't have the desire to even think about it that far. I mean, it's not something that I'm into. But that's the challenges I hear. When Bird was coaching, when Magic was coaching, I always hear that as being the challenge. But ultimately, you have to find different ways to motivate players. And, nobody's the same, right? So you just have to figure out how to get them to their highest level. But still in all, coaching is just not for me.
You got to respect the moves that Jefferson has. Very good at scoring in the low post and actually quite dominant down there when he gets it.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Shaq's checked in for D. Heinsohn comes in for Sean Marion. And Irving subbed in for Jason Richardson. So, Kobe, in retrospect, what has caught your eye now, a year away from the game, that perhaps didn't resonate when you played the game?
The time required to do it, right? Because when you step away from the game, you realize all the things that you missed. All the taking the kids here, being there, being at home with them, just giving our newborn baby a bath every single night, like those things, right? But when you're playing, you're so immersed, so obsessed over the game.
That's your child.
That you don't even realize what you're missing. You don't even know. Like, I don't even see it. Wasn't even aware. You know, so having that perspective now is, has changed things.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. Some say, Kobe, that the shooting guard crop in the NBA right now, a little light in terms of depth, not quite as many top two guards as we used to see play the game. Who do you like among some of the two guards you see now in the NBA?
Well, it depends who we're considering a two guard.
Right,
now,
because they
the
just
ones,
blend,
twos,
don't they?
The threes, they all just blend.
Combo guards are playing some forward position. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So, shooting guards to me are guards that have to do everything. You have to be able to play the post. You have to be able to play the perimeter. You have to be able to play the point. You have to do everything. So I'll put Russell Westbrook in that category. I'll put James Harden in that category. I'll put Kawhi Leonard in that category. There's a lot of players I'm forgetting. Even Giannis, I would say, is a two guard because of what he does.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talented guards out there.
Did you like the ball in your hand, bringing it up, or would you have rather someone else bring it up, then get it to you in the half court, and then do what you did?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm jealous about Michael, because Michael didn't have to do that. Yeah,
right. Yes,
so,
right. Who always brought it up?
Yeah,
yes,
so he could focus on coming off the screens and catching and shooting. He didn't have to think about facilitating first. He could think about scoring and then passing out of double teams.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Westbrook with it, guarded now by Irving. O'Neal against Chamberlain, has to Pettit. It's tipped, and they get it back. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Shaq.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And Kobe, you talked about coming off screen. Some guys come off a screen and kind of just lollygag. You came off and you pass the ball and then get back at it
efficient.
again. Yeah.
Efficient.
Explode off those screens.
Angles, right?
Yes.
You got to be able to read those things. And when you're catching, you're in attack mode all the time. But then it's demoralizing to the defense.
I'm sure it is.
You're always on.
Yeah.
You're always looking. You're always checking. You're always in fear that he's going to attack. So we always try to keep our foot in the gas.
Always.
Our foot in the throat.
Yeah. Kicks to Thompson from past the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's now 11 points for Klay Thompson. Well, Kobe, you look at all the former Defensive Player of the Year, and they're almost always big men. You were a 9-time first-team all-defensive selection in the NBA. Do you think guards sometimes get overlooked at the impact they have in a game and a play?
Yeah, they definitely do.
All the time, huh?
I think the bigs have a huge responsibility in protecting the rim, and those things are very easy to measure.
Right, block shots,
blocks,
and exactly,
whether
rebounding,
you're altering shots or defensive rebounds. For guards, it's tougher. But still in all, there's some guards out there who have done it. Michael and Gary Payton and Kawhi Leonard. I count him as a guard. They're just phenomenal defensive players.
Where does that mindset come from? That defensive mindset when you're an offensive gifted player like yourself?
Well, I think that's a truly competitive person. Some players will call themselves competitive, but you're not truly competitive if you only compete at one end of the floor. That's not what true competitive people do.
And over the course of your career, Kobe, 5 NBA championships. Are there any of those that really stand out among the 5 that you accumulated?
The last one, beating the Celtics. That was the hardest one by far to get.
Why so?
Well, we're going into Boston now with the series tied 1-1. And Boston is absolutely excited about having this split and going home now and having 3 games at home, thinking that the series was not going to come back to L.A. And so that was an interesting playing flight for us. And then to go out and get the very next game, just to go down 3-2, coming back to L.A., and then to finally pull out that series after being down 15 in the fourth quarter against the Celtics. Not getting better than that.
Talk, Kobe, about some of the great one-on-one scores. You might be the best ever, actually. But when you take a look at the crop now, who are some good guys in that one-on-one category that you like?
Kyrie's sensational. Yeah,
great handle. How about his handle? Like one of the best ever.
Yeah, but he can post too, though. That's the thing is he can post up. He can turn left shoulder. He can turn right shoulder. He can shoot a left-hand jump hook coming across the middle. He can pull up going left. He can pull up going right. He can attack off the handle. He can attack off a triple threat. he's built the game without any weaknesses. I think most players, should be thankful that he's not 6'6".
You're right. He'd be Kobe Bryant then, right?
Yeah.
He'd be Kobe Bryant. But I always thought that, when his dad played big-time college basketball, played in Australia, your dad played. There is something inherent, regardless of how much, that comes from the son of a pro player.
Growing up overseas as well.
Exactly, in Australia.
Growing up overseas as well. And you look at his game being so fundamentally sound and having the basic structure. There's a lot to be said for that.
Absolutely. Irving for three. Here's O'Neal. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Kobe LeBron said he learned so much about how to approach the game when you shared the floor on Team USA. What was it like playing with a guy like him, as you also played with Jordan, and then going up against him all those years?
Well, I think it was a shocking experience for them because I don't think they realized how much I talk trash. And so,
No.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think they knew because, when you from a distance, you say, Kobe, we thought you were really quiet and all some stuff, and you get to practice, and I just don't shut up. And I'm just saying really brutal things about their game. And it's just, they're getting really ticked off. But
Yeah, because you were right.
yeah,
But
then
you're
the
honest.
intensity of practice goes up another level. And then we'd all go out to dinner, and then the next morning, we come into the meeting, and I've already been working out for 2 hours. And so then they see that, and then, D-Wade would come up and say, hey, man, I want to join you in your workout. What time are we going? 5 a.m. He'd be down there working out. And then Brian said, I want to come too. And Brian would show up, and then Melo would show up. And all slowly but surely, we have our whole USA team in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning
What a
training.
constructive time out with
It was
for those other
beautiful.
players.
But it was fun for all of us because we got a chance to hang around each other and think about the competition, right? So now when we come back to the NBA, fans are getting a better product, right? Because we've all been working out and pushing each other and getting better off of each other. So now when we step on the court to compete against each other, that means we have to take our games to another level.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story. They need this, and it's Pettit missing.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Phillips dishes to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pick. Off the screen, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And now it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead. Well, Kobe, I know you've got to go, but it's been a real treat for you to join us tonight. I know our fans have all enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me, man. Looking forward to doing this again.
The great Kobe Bryant. And Clark, you've been broadcasting for the entire span of Kobe's playing career. How is it to share a booth with someone who you've watched progress throughout their entire career?
Well, it certainly reminds me that I'm moving into that last block on the demographic charts. I'm in the early third quarter, if you will, that's for sure. But it's a treat because it's wonderful to see how he grew as a player and as a man, and much, much respect for Kobe Bryant because he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and doing great things off the court, too.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
For Los Angeles, they have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
And
Show.
hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, what do you think?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible.
That about wraps it.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Clark, if you were coaching a team, you had one shot to win a game on the line, which player in the league would you want to take that shot?
I like a lot of guys for last shot circumstances. LeBron James is always on my list. Kyrie Irving is at the top of my list. Damian Lillard is a killer. Isaiah Thomas, the little big man, is phenomenal in those kind of late game situations. But I think I'm going to tip my hat to Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew is my guy.
And so in the game for the Hawks, we've got Chamberlain, Russell Westbrook out there with Miller, and it's Dantley in at the 3 slot. And so Westbrook makes them both. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
Puts up a 3. They get it again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Gasol passes to O'Neal. There's the screen. Gasol is screen on Miller. 6 to shoot. Thompson is double. The Lakers with the ball. Westbrook with it. He kicks it to Miller. Here's Pettit. The pass to Dantley.
That's his second personal foul.
Chamberlain with it. Guarded now by Shaq. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And it's Westbrook again missing. Thompson against Miller. To the left wing. Here's Heinsohn. He's got 10. Here's O'Neal. Tries again. And it's good on the layup. O'Neal's got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys. And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1. For Atlanta, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. Lakers leading by 11. Irving kicks to Gasol. Inside, O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
You know, some teams just have your number. And that was the case between these two last season.
Yeah, on paper it looked like it should have been no contest, but the opposite was true.
Miller dishes to Westbrook. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Irving passes to Gasol. Thompson outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 6 assists now in the game.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Dantley. 5 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Chamberlain, the pass to Pettit. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
And, you know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Westbrook kicks to Chamberlain. That shot off. Shaq with some nice D. Thompson in the corner. A three-pointer, no good. The Hawks trail by 16. And here's Westbrook. 17 points in the game. To the inside. Here's Chamberlain. And it's Miller in the corner. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Irving kicks to Shaq. Thompson outside. To the middle. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Screen by O'Neal. And Thompson kicks to Shaq. Launches a three. And it's Thompson again missing. The Hawks trail by 13. Here's Dantley. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Dishes it to Irving. Screen by O'Neal. Shoots the three. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 15.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
The Lakers making a switch here. Marion's checked in. Miller against Irving. To the inside. Marion with the steal. He dishes it to Thompson. Shaq passes to Thompson. To the wing on the left. Just 5 on the clock. Gasol kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing. The Hawks trail by 15. Outside Westbrook. Feeds to Chamberlain. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Chamberlain got 16 points.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
Shaq kicks to Irving. Shaq with the screen. Gasol against Chamberlain. Gasol's shot is good.
And the defense can only do so much. Gasol knows he can get his shot up over anyone in this league.
Here's Pettit. He has 7. Passes to Dantley. Over Marion. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut back down to 13 with the basket coming from Dantley. Irving kicks to Shaq. Back to Irving. 3-pointer. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Dantley. Over Marion. Goes back up. In deep. Chamberlain drops it in. Chamberlain's got 10 points in the quarter.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Thompson dishes to Gasol. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Westbrook. A shot's good from Irving. And Lakers head coach Luke Walton got his start as an NBA coach in Golden State as a top assistant. He said, looking back, he would have paid to coach under Steve Kerr with everything he's learned.
Wow, that's a high compliment from Walton. Kerr and Walton have very similar personalities, too. I mean, both are pretty even-keeled, low-key kind of guys. And when Kerr's back surgery sidelined him, Walton led the Warriors to the best start in NBA history. Pretty amazing.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. D, he's checked in for O'Neal. Jefferson comes in for Pau Gasol. Richardson, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Irving. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Excellent recognition from the big man. Jefferson is terrific at finishing, even when he gets whacked.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Goes up on the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Young, right side, connects from three-point range. Young's got 6.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half, more effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
There's a screen. Here's Marion, an easy layup after coming off the pit. And the Lakers lead by 13.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Young from outside, another 3 for Atlanta.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Billups passes to Richardson. Lakers working the ball around now. Dampier kicks to Billups. Here's Marion. Chamberlain with the block. Here's Cousy. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Rob. Outside Billups. 59 seconds left in the third. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 12 points for him.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
There's the screen. Down low. Flews off the pick and hammers it home.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Marion setting the pick for Billups. Jefferson inside. Out to Marion. Billups from outside, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never... Lakers leading by 12. Marion is out there with Jefferson. Then it's Heinsohn. Then there's Chauncey Billups. And it's Richardson in at the two-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Heinsohn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good. Young outside. High post Chamberlain. Chamberlain a screen. Young outside. From outside, off the mark. Lakers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. To the middle, up again. Ball stolen. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. Launches the three. Mullins' shot is off. Mullins got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. Young against Richardson. He feeds it to Billups. Right side Jefferson. Here's Cousy with the shot. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Chamberlain a screen. Here's Young. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Boy, you can get a lot of momentum, Greg, getting a timely offensive rebound, and they've had more than their share.
Here's Billups. Billups with another miss.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line. And Los Angeles with some changes. O'Neal's checked in for Jefferson. Gasol comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Thompson in for Jason Richardson. There's a screen. Pass to Pettit. Out to the right wing. Outside Westbrook. Hawks passing it around. Clock at 6. Miller, the pass to Pettit. It's blocked by Shaq. Gasol dishes to Thompson. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Here's Heinsohn, buried from 15 feet out.
Timeout.
Heinsohn's got 4 this quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Irving's checked in for Chauncey Billups. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, the Hawks coach had some words for his team during the last timeout. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
All right, David, thanks. For 3, Westbrook. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. O'Neal's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
The Hawks trail by 15. And the pass to Pettit over Gasol. And it's Pettit missing.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
O'Neal. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
There's a good screen. Here's Dantley, defended by Gasol. Miller outside. Rebound the Lakers.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Here's Dantley. Here's Chamberlain, falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Chamberlain got 18 points now here in the second half. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Shaquille O'Neal. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Miller outside. Offensive rebound. Tries again. In deep. Chamberlain drops it in. Chamberlain got 8 points here in this quarter.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Screen by O'Neal. Thompson in the corner. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the screen. Thompson misses. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
Westbrook against Irving. And Thompson kicks to O'Neal. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Back to Westbrook. Tries a 3. Rejected by Gasol. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. And stolen by Irving. Here's Heinsohn. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Will Chamberlain picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And last season, one of the first where a coach was not let go during the regular season. A rarity, Clark, in the NBA. Do you think coaches get too much of the blame at times?
Yeah, I would agree with that, Kevin. It's a great responsibility and challenge to coach in the NBA, but more times than not, they do sometimes get an unfair share of the blame for what happens on the court.
Chamberlain with a screen on Irving. He used that pick just right. And that's now 19 points for Russell Westbrook.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
O'Neal kicks to Gasol. And Gasol with the dunk.
And the wherewithal from Gasol there, nailing the shot despite the tough defense all over. And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. We always talk about what a good shot is from time to time. Clark, how would you define a good shot in the context of an offensive possession?
To me, Kevin, a good shot is a shot that a guy can make 60 to 80% of the time when he takes it. Whether that's a three-point shot your post-up moves, your mid-range jump shots. Those are quality shots. And then the other piece of it is you don't want to take a lot of contested shots. You can make them as a pro, but good shots are shots you can make 60 to 80% of the time, and usually that means you're getting open shots versus contested shots.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Miller, the pass to Dantley.
Westbrook.
That's good, and it's Miller with the assist.
Assistant, Miller.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Irving dishes to O'Neal. Charity stripe shot. Misses off the left iron. And for the Hawks, they're shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Here's Westbrook. Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got 11 in the second half.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Yeah, they certainly have been. You'd like to knock down that first one, but if you don't, then the second shot is the next best thing.
The Hawks trail by 15. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Westbrook.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Irving double teamed. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Clock is at 3. From 13 feet, it goes down. Heinsohn's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out. He's doing it.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Outside Irving. The tray. He can't get that one. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Thompson. Tries a 3. And it's Russell Westbrook with the 3. Westbrook's got 26 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now, Clark. Do you think that the NBA adding another team or two is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Lakers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And when you play a team twice like these two will this season, always nice to get a win in that first battle. They'll go up 1-0 in the season series against the Hawks.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Outside Gasol. In the corner, Irving with it. There's the feed to O'Neal. Chamberlain with the block.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got to play this one out.
Yep, this one's a wrap, partner.
And it's sent back by O'Neal. Thompson passes to Irving. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.